On August 5th, 2012, the members of the Sikh community experienced something that no community should ever have to feel. With bullets full of steel, a gun turned many people's dreams unreal. Ignoring the squeals or the cries for help, the gunman killed 6 others before getting killed himself, not realizing it was he who needed the most help, because when you turn your back on the greatness of love and replace your faith in hate, you'll become lost just like he was. But it's okay, because all I see in the Sikh community is the greatness of love, faces of love still rising above the suffering and subliminal pain. I went to Facebook and something I read went straight to my brain. It came from Sikh knowledge, and this is what it said. I will not distinguish myself as a Muslim, because I will not abandon any one person in the face of racist attitudes. I'm a person, you're a person, we're all persons, and when we start to see each other as persons, human goodness starts working. But the hate mongers and the devils are in the shadows lurking, slowly jerking our consciousness so that unity stops working. But I've had enough. It's time to stand up and let the whole world know that as a Desi, I support the Sikh community. As a Muslim, I support the Sikh community. As an American, I support the Sikh community. But most importantly, as a human being, I support the Sikh community. In this horrible tragedy which will always remain, I hope those listening will spread the message of peace and tolerance from terrain to terrain to ensure that those who died on August 5th did not die in vain. But it's okay, because all I see in the Sikh community is the greatness of love, faces of love still rising above. It's insane that the media complains, but they're the ones who put the stereotypes in our brains. But it's okay, because all I see in the Sikh community is the greatness of love, faces of love still rising above. And the mosque burning the next day after the shooting bothered me a lot. It brought up PTSD memories that I thought I had forgot. Sitting in class, listening to my religion being attacked, to going outside and being verbally and physically harassed. But I remember one of my Sikh friends would wrap a pug, a turban around his head, and just because of that he got bullied the same way I did. And as kids, going to school was something we would dread. But amongst a bunch of racists we felt stuck. But suddenly we had each other and it didn't seem so rough. And as I started to get grown, the Sikh community started welcoming me as one of their own. And I remember going to the vigil in which 2 Sikh elderly men were shot outside of their home. And I remember looking into the faces of grandchildren and seeing severe distress and a feeling of being alone. And I felt my anger rise as I thought about the daughter who would never get to hear her father's voice again. Or the grandson who would never get to understand or see how much a grandfather spends in the familial abscond bond of love that never ends. As I tried to hold back tears from my face, I understood, and they understood, that racism was something which we could both relate. So we promised each other one day we would do something great, teach the United States not to discriminate based on one's religion or race. And all I see in the Sikh community is the greatness of love, faces of love still rising above. It's insane that people like to stereotype and judge without even knowing what it was. Like, do you know what Langar in Sikhism is? It's where you open up your doors as a community kitchen to all visitors, regardless of class, caste, or religion. Do you know what Seva is? It's where you volunteer in selfless service. Have you ever been to a Nagar Kirtan parade where people you have never met before will give you food and aid? It's time that people understand what Sikhism means to the USA. They are doctors, lawyers, and businessmen, teachers that teach your kids and grade papers until the day just ends. They are soldiers, volunteer workers that restore the kids' plight, the ones that help those with a disadvantaged plight. So before you go out and stereotype, remember that Sikh people are just like me and you, human and American, trying to better the planet until the day is true. So no matter what you try to do, make sure to remove the dehumanizing hatred that the media has placed in front of you. And to all my Desis out there going through great racism and strife, do not forget Bhagat Singh's ultimate sacrifice. Because even when he knew they would kill him that night, he stayed optimistic because he believed that the future was bright, because he believed that the common people would unite to fight for what is right. So let's take the greatness of love and make it thrive, survive, revive until every corner of the world that greatness of love becomes alive and the victims of the tragedy in Bhagat Singh in our hearts stay alive.